real American hero. G.I. Joe is there.
It's G.I. Joe against Cobra.
Endgame program, and be done with them.
Okay, and so we're super late tonight, and so I apologize about the time change. Sorry. So I apologize about that. Hopefully next week we can get back on schedule and be here for 11:30 p.m. like we're supposed to be. So, by the way, my name is the SwishPOP. That's the channel. You know that by now. And guess what? We do Transformers and G.I. Joe stuff here. And pretty much this week, what happened this week? San Diego Comic-Con happened this week. So we'll talk about that. And we'll get through a few things here. Probably, because it's a late start, probably not as long as a normal stream. But, you know, we'll still have fun. We'll still talk about a few things. And hopefully somebody checks it out. I know it's later than we did. Autocorrect Primer, you're here. Thanks for showing up. It's late this week. Late. Yeah. Okay. So, got a list of things. I am... let me know if the audio is good, because I tried out the intro thing again this week. A few weeks ago I messed it up completely. Anyways, so hopefully the audio is good and it's not messed up at all this week or whatever. Anyways, so I'm throwing off a little here because you know what? We're behind on the schedule. We're about an hour or so late from the normal time. And where am I looking at here? Just a second. So I'm going to move this over here. And 1 second. Actually, I got too much on this to go here. So, you know what? Where's my list of things I want to go over today? Second now. I got too much stuff on the go. Okay. So, you know what's funny? It's actually funny. So, like, this week, like, I released on the YouTube channel a San Diego Comic-Con related video related to some exclusives. And you know what? Unfortunately, the YouTube algorithm didn't like the video and it didn't show it to anyone, but whatever. San Diego Comic-Con still happened. Things must go on or whatever. And it's kind of weird because I originally had planned to do a different video for the weekly video. Because, I don't know, in like the back of my head, like I knew San Diego Comic-Con was obviously happening, but like I kind of like forgot about it, that there would be like G.I. Joe and Transformer reveals about it, because we just came off Yojo June and the Transformer team did a couple streams as well. So I wasn't really thinking in the headspace that, oh my god, there's going to be stuff at San Diego Comic-Con. So anyways, long story good. Thanks Autocorrect Primer. Thanks for checking the audio. So it was kind of like, oh yeah, Comic-Con's happening. That's a big thing. So we got to talk about some stuff here. So basically, you know what? I'm going to cheat the system a little tonight. Normally I would have went through and downloaded all the individual pictures, and I just got to mute my phone here for a second. And you know, have them ready for you. And what we're going to do instead of that, I'm just going to cheat the system, and I'm going to visit some of my favorite websites to find out this information, and we'll just discuss like that as it comes up or whatever. So you know what? Like, let's start with Transformers. We'll jump back and forth between Transformers and G.I. Joe. So I know for some people it's hard because some people only come from the Transformer stuff. Some people only come from the G.I. Joe stuff. But you know what? Anyways, let's go. So, let's talk about, we'll start, oh, actually, sorry, I got to change something over here. So, I'm in the corner now. We're looking at TFformers.com. TFformers. Transformers.com. TFformers. Anyways, so let's get going here. Okay. So, basically, what we're looking at here is, sorry, I've lost my window. We've got the Leader Big Convoy. Now, I have to be, Primer, good. This is the channel for you then. Obviously, you're here all the time, so you know what? We do Transformers and G.I. Joe. If you're a fan of both, they go together. They're like a good s'mores. You know what I mean? Anyways, whatever. Big Convoy, leader Big Convoy. So it's funny about this guy. I'm not really interested in this. He's really cool. So I have I think from back in the day, the Transformers universe. It was like a Target exclusive Nemesis, like Big Convoy Prime. I don't know if that was the name of it. I can't remember. So I have that in my collection. But I don't know. Big Convoy, he doesn't really do much for me. Like the Maximal thing, I'm not really into it, but I can see it looks really well done. But I mean, I'm not going to pick him up. You know, if you're a fan of the channel, what you'll realize is that I usually stick to some kind of like budget or whatever. I can't afford to pick them all up. Some people, they pick them all up. I don't know. I can't afford to. So, you know what, Leader Convoy, it looks like they've done a great job. One would think that you might get the Nemesis one as well at some point. I mean, they do love their repaints, right? So, anyways, just 1 second. Yes. Okay. So, anyways, so I think this as a leader makes sense. Just, I'm not going to pick it up, but I'm sure there's a ton of collectors out there who are like, their brains are exploding that they announce this or whatever. Spring 2026. So we'll see it. Now, once again, you'll notice a trend here, and I apologize for the trend ahead of time. But I am not a big fan of Beast Wars. And so when they do these Beast War ones, I'm kind of like, who cares or whatever. But just like, and we've talked about before, there's a lot of more modern collectors that don't like Generation 1. So, I mean, this is the thing about Transformers, is that there's something for everyone. So this isn't necessarily for me. Razor Claw, another leader class one, spring 2026. It looks great, but not for me. So we're going to skip past it. Boom, 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 boom. Now, Deluxe Quintus Prime. One thing they've been doing very well in this lineup is the primes. And I have personally not picked up any of them right this second, but I do think I can acknowledge that they're doing a great job with them. So when I went to TFcon a couple weekends ago, Aaron Archer was there, and he's an ex-Hasbro designer for Transformers, and he talked about like how like they made him basically come up, or he worked on like the lore of these primes, and they just sat kind of dormant for a while. They just made up the lore and stuff like that to how it got to what it was. And basically had all these old drawings. I have it on video. It'll be eventually in my vlog that I'm going to release eventually from there. And he showed off these early renditions of these primes he did. And basically a lot of them have been turned into the Transformers Age of the Primes lineup. It's kind of cool. Your Primer, your wife is a big fan of Beast Wars. That is cool. I mean, it all depends when you grew up or whatever, when you were introduced to Transformers or what you attached to. I think for me, it was like the switch to the computer animation, and like the computer animation back then was pretty like rudimentary, right? So I couldn't grab a hold of it. Like, yeah, anyways, I'm not a big fan of it. I mean, I don't have anything against it. There's people out there that love Beast Wars, and that's cool. Nothing against it, just not for me as a collector. I don't really think I have anything Beast Warsy in my personal collection, except for that Nemesis Big Convoy that I mentioned. I don't even think that's his name. I can't remember his name. Yeah, I'm open to things, but I mean, obviously, I enjoy Generation 1. Okay, so Quintus Prime, I think they did a great job. This translucent green yellow at the bottom looks really cool. And I think they've done a great job. Now, Deluxe Sure Shot. I think they nailed him. I remember, so I had this guy as a kid, and I believe, I correct me if I'm wrong, I believe when she unfolded him, his legs were connected, so they didn't really like move independently. I think I remember something about that. Anyways, this deluxe sure shot. People have been waiting on this guy forever. He comes with his Target Master. I think they did a really good job with this one. I am more than likely really gonna. I'm interested in him, and I'm gonna pick him up. It's funny. I'm just realizing, because sometimes when they do these guys, they don't come with their like Target Masters or whatever, because it's not within the price point. But he says he's a deluxe, and he comes with the Target Master, and he's really colorful. So I think it looks good. He looks much like the cartoon. Sorry, my son has joined the chat, and he's thrown me off. Anyways, so yeah. So deluxe sure shot. I think he looks good. I think they've done a great job. The thing is, with these new modern Generation 1 Transformers, the thing that I love about them is that they are so cartoon accurate. And that's what I grew up on, was the cartoon. So they mean so much more to me now, that it feels like the cartoon is coming to life, right? So that's what I like. And this guy looks amazing. So once again, spring 2026. Now, next up is Blast Off. And I mean, the thing is, for most people, including myself, Blast Off is a must get. If you're building Devastator, you're building Superion, you're gonna build Bruticus as well, right? So Vortex was the first entry, and it was the tease that we knew he was coming. And of course, now Deluxe Blastoff is coming as well. He's the other one of the other arms to Bruticus. I mean, he's pretty much, once again, cartoon accurate. They've even done, if you look closely, they've even done the I guess there's like sorry if I scroll here. The eye, the fake eye, the improper coloring of the and the head. It was a cartoon error, I believe, and they've stuck with it for the toy. So, anyways, this guy looks amazing. He's got the huge Decepticon logo on the top of the shuttle there. So, I mean, I think this guy, I mean, he's a must get. Like, there's not much to say about him. You got to get him. You got to build Bruticus. Okay, so we're back to the Beast Wars Deluxe Quick Strike, and I think once again, like, it comes down to the fact that they've done a great job. Like, even for this guy, they've ripped him from the cartoon, made him into a toy. He looks amazing. I mean, the original Beast Wars toy for Quick Strike, I believe, is not very well done. So I think they've totally nailed it. It's not for me. But there's like a million other people out there that are gonna enjoy this, right? So at Deluxe, I think they did a great job. The colors pop. It looks great. It looks like an animation cell. Anyways, so great job. Now Deluxe Junkicon Jalopy. This guy, they've used this mold a few times now, and I know when the Jalopy leaked from the JT Prime 17, people were like, I don't know what Jalopy is, and they were really concerned. They didn't know what it was. This is, I think, the third time they've used this mold. It looks great because it's in that Junkion coloring scheme, the color wave. But I mean, it's pretty cool, but I think it's a pass for me. I didn't really do the Junkions there in the last few series. So I'm not really super interested, but I am enjoying how they're building out that Junkion lore and like including different characters, and they've got like a million different molds. I think they've at least got, this is probably like, I think the fourth, maybe fifth Junkion mold. They could make a Mad Max car. Yeah, they totally could. I was actually, I believe this is the mold they use for, shoot, the guy from Animated. What's his name? Oh, crap. And Primer, what's the guys from Animated that uses this mold? I can't remember his name. Oh, gosh. I gotta look it up now. Transformers, Animated, characters. Oh, Lockdown. It's Lockdown, right? I think, yeah, Lockdown. I didn't like him when they released him originally. I thought his head was too small and he didn't have enough animated look to him. This guy looks better than him. I think this Junkion Jalopy looks better than the previous use of this mold with Lockdown. So once again, spring. Now, once again, we're back to a Prime. And Voyager Amalga's Prime. Like, what is this thing? This thing's insane. This thing's insane. Like what are they making here? But I don't know. Apparently, I haven't seen this toy. Like, I'm sure there might be actually, actual pictures from San Diego Comic-Con now. I haven't seen this toy, but apparently the arms and the legs can come off and you can combine them in many different forms. So, I mean, this thing, once again, it seems the Primes, I don't know if they got extra special tooling or whatever. It seems that they're putting a lot of care into the Primes figures and that they're doing like an amazing job with them. Like, amazing, absolutely amazing job. Totally nailing it. Anyways, oops. Just 1 second, guys. Okay, yeah. Okay, put that over there. Anyways, so I think, once again, crazy good job. Like, if you're out there collecting the Primes, I think they're some of the best Transformers they have put out in a long while. My only thing right now is that I've decided not to collect them at the moment because it's just a budget thing. There's other ones that I personally would prioritize to add to my collection, but I think they're doing an amazing, absolutely stunning job with them. Yeah, like that guy, like, crazy. And what do we got here? We have another piece of Bruticus. This guy I mean, they're pretty much following like a one for, it's kind of weird actually. I was going to say they were following the Devastator thing, but we really haven't seen what Onslaught looks like. They have a drawing of him out right this second, but we don't really, I'm assuming he's using the skeleton systems such as Menasor, but Menasor used 4 deluxes to make his arms and legs, where it appears with Bruticus they're using 2 Voyagers to make his legs and then 2 deluxes to make his arms. So this is Brawl. I think he looks really good. He looks totally awesome. I mean, they really nailed it. And once again, it comes back to that cartoon animation. I think he's Voyager. They made sure they gave him all his guns. Like, look at all the guns he's got, man. He's got like the cannon. He's got the side gun. He's got the back guns. Like, he is ready to go to war against Autobots. So, I mean, I think this one's a must get to. Easy peasy. Now, I hinted about this earlier. I didn't really talk about this. I'll go a different level. Wreck-Car, Voyager Wreck-Car, obviously animation based, related to animated, sorry. Transformers Animated is a very unique series. I actually really enjoyed it back in the day, and I have a large collection of Transformers Animated figures in my collection. Pretty much like all of them, all the regular ones, nothing super crazy, nothing, from Japan or anything, but I have a lot of them. It's in one of my cubes, and one soon I'll show off my collection and I'll make sure I highlight those, whatever. When they released Prime and Bumblebee, I really enjoyed those. As part of the Legacy collection, I really enjoyed Prime and Bumblebee because I felt that they captured the animated look, and then they put them into Legacy, and it was kind of like a good melding, and it worked out great. I commented a few minutes ago when they did Lockdown. I did not like how they did Lockdown, and I actually had him pre-ordered. He showed up from Walmart. I opened the box. Of course, it has the open front, and when I looked at it, I was like, "Ooh, I don't like Lockdown." Anyways, I returned him. I did not keep Lockdown. Now, this is, I wish I had it right here, but when they did the JunkieCon Trash Master, everyone and your mom knew that basically they were going to do a repaint, remold at some point, a retooling, as Wreck-Car, because it was a no-brainer. It, like, if you just take off his head and put the Trash Master, it's just like the head is just swapped. And now for Wreck-Car, they've, you know, went in and changed some of the paint apps or whatever to make it more like Wreck-Car. But I don't know. I really like the robot mode, but the alt mode is not necessarily grabbing my attention. Now, for the most part, I keep all my Transformers in alt mode. I might pick this guy up. I'm not really sure. I think they've done a good job on and evolved them from what they had. But I don't know. He's not like kicking me in the butt with saying that I must buy him. But I think they've done a great job. And it's so funny. So I actually I have these like 3 bins out of my garage that are just like full of random stuff that I've just packed up and whatever. And I actually have a box for animated Wreck-Car out in the box. But I have one, like, that's it. The one that belongs in that box is open in my display case. But I keep on hoping that someday, like, I'll stumble upon like a loose Wreck-Car somewhere so I can stuff him back in the box and sell him, you know, at TFcon or something like that. Because people love animated and they love them when they come in boxes. Obviously, you know, just like place in the box, not trying to sell an item saying that it's sealed or anything. But anyways, I have a box. I'm hoping that someday I'll find a Wreck-Car to fill them in. Yeah, so out of that, what they showed, I think they did a great job. So I think if I had to rate this Age of the Primes listings out of 10, I would give it probably an 8 out of 10. Just, there's too much Beast Wars stuff, but that's okay. I don't like Beast Wars. You might like Beast Wars. Don't worry about it. It's just not for me. Now, what else we got here? That was Age of Primes. We flip over to Studio Series. Okay? Studio Series. This, I do say, is one of the best lines out there. Just Transformers Studio Series. I think they do a great job with it. And we'll just roll right in it. Now, right away, Deluxe 86 Wind Charger. This thing looks absolutely breathtaking. Like that alt mode, wow, that alt mode to me looks spectacular. I don't know, it looks like it just jumped out of a cartoon panel. And I think they totally rocked it. We haven't had a wind charger in a while. They're of course upping those mini bots to deluxe scale, and oh man, I cannot wait to pick up Deluxe Wind Charger. I'm super excited for him. They've totally nailed him. Now, one thing they mentioned in the stream, I don't know if it's mentioned here in the little blurb, but he actually comes with a blast effect as well, because Wind Charger has, I guess, a magnet, I can't say it, a magnet ability. Okay, sorry, I'm not drunk. I swear to God. And basically it comes from his chest, and it slots in his chest, and it shows like magnetism coming out of his chest. So it's really cool. I think they rocked it. This is my number 2 must get from Transformers SDC. Okay, that will reveal at San Diego Comic-Con. Yeah, Primer, I love that the mini bots are getting deluxes. I have all the other ones. Sorry, they're over there somewhere in my case. And you know, I'm sure though, I'm sure like in like a few years it'll be like, oh, all the mini bots are getting upscaled to Voyager, because it just seems like they're doing that all the time, like going up and up and up. Anyways, that guy rocks. Deluxe TF5 Barricade, and you know my feelings about Transformer movies. I'm not a huge fan of Transformer movies, but Barricade's a pretty cool character. Like, you can't go wrong with a police car that turns into a big old robot. Now, but I'm gonna be honest with you for a second. I don't remember the last time I watched Transformers the last night, and I cannot even remember the scenes that Barricade is in. So I'll have to watch that. I think I have a lot of movies to watch with my kids. My kids are 12 and 15, 12 and 16. And they need to be introduced to some classic series. Right now we're watching Gremlins. We just started tonight and they were like, wow, this is really good. Anyways, they were loving it. But one thing I haven't really introduced them to is the Transformer movies. Definitely going to have to put that in the queue. Go through Transformers 1 to 5. Add in, I think they've seen Bumblebee, they've seen Rise of the Beasts, and they've seen Transformers 1. But they haven't seen the 1 to 5, the Michael Bayverse movies. So, something we'll have to do for sure. Next up, TF1 Arachnid. Now, of course, I did a video about that involved this a couple weeks ago. They showed us in that amazing Transformers team stream that they were working on Arachnid. And, I mean, it looks pretty badass. Badassatron. I think they're doing pretty good with it. I think it looks really highly articulated. A lot of little pieces. Me, personally, when I seen how many little pieces Arachnid had, I was like, how sturdy is she going to be? I hope she doesn't break or crack or anything. So I really hope they've really done their job and made their mold amazing, because I would just be worried that it wouldn't stay together over time. Anyways, so Transformers 1 getting some love in studio series, branching out from those original characters. Now, here we have it. The pinnacle of all of existence. A new Seeker mold in the form of 86 Thundercracker. Absolute perfection. Mwah, chef's kiss. This is a mini masterpiece released in a mainline Hasbro line. And this is absolutely perfection. I will pre-order this guy and make sure I get him. I gotta lock him down when the pre-orders go live. And of course we know, due to JT Prime 17, that Skywarp is coming in a follow-up wave. I don't know. I mean, I don't necessarily need all of them. I mean, obviously, the goal would be have all of them, but it depends on the budget. I'm definitely going to pick up this Thundercracker because he looks absolutely crazy. Just how smooth he looks. Look at, even, can you see my, it doesn't show you the mouse. Okay. Even just the legs and how rounded they are. He looks like a cartoon animation cell. Absolutely perfection. So I can't wait to get Thundercracker. Of course, he's Voyager size. They're going to do Skywarp. You know they're going to go back and do Starscream as well at some point. Now, once again, we're going back to TF1, going to Alpha Trion. They did a great job with him. He looks like the movie mold. He looks like the movie animation cell. I think they did a great job. Yeah, there's not much to say about here. They got some translucent plastic in there in his tail, and it looks like the mold or moss that's on his back there. I think they did a great job. The Transformer team, along with the team at Takara, they do amazing work. I think they're the people that are working there now, especially for the Transformer team with the Takara team. The people with the Transformer team, they do amazing work. And they should be recognized as the such a good job they do with everything. Yeah, Primer. That Thundercracker is boom, next level. People at San Diego Comic-Con must have just been screaming their heads off when that was revealed. Okay, Nemesis Prime. So this one is basically just, I believe, people were saying this is Age of Extinction Prime with some additional parts and remolds and retoolings. Pretty much straightforward. Not a movie guy. I'm sure people are going to love this. Leader class, so he's huge. Yeah. The Optimus Prime, it's good. It's good to have another Optimus Prime. So that is basically studio series for me, because they have the Wind Charger, they have the Thundercracker, and I think they've done a great job. 9 out of 10, because they've got some other good stuff from Transformers 1 there as well. So I think they've done a great, amazing job with that line. Now, let's check my notes. Oh, okay. Wait now. Let's see. Okay, so still on Transformers.com, Tformers.com, and they've got some pictures. One thing I wanted to highlight is this idea of the, oh wow, I didn't realize that came up on screen. I forgot that I'm in the same browser, so that my list of things to talk about came up on the screen. Sorry about that, guys. The Grimlock. Yeah, I just brought the Grimlock up. So, primer, the Grimlock is here. This thing is absolutely huge. They don't have the picture. I seen a reel where they basically showed it next to an 86 Grimlock. Absolutely ridiculously big. It's a Titan. They said they actually in the reel from Nate, I believe. He said Nate, was it Nate or Evan? I can't remember. It might have been Evan. They said they actually might drop the Titan name from this line or whatever. But anyways, it looks pretty crazy. It's super, super big. Obviously, Prime can get on it and ride its back. It's that big. That's a liter Prime on the back of this Titan Grimlock. Now, once again, I apologize to all my viewers. I'm not a huge Transformer movie fan. I find this, I don't like this Grimlock. It's not my favorite Grimlock, but this toy is pretty badass, okay? Badassatron. That's every time I say the word badass, I have to say Badassatron. That's what I'm going to do. So, like Primer's saying, he's jumping ahead. He didn't get this. He didn't get the script. He didn't get the memo. I was just about to say that, Primer. They're obviously going to do all of the Dinobots from the Transformer movies in this size, and I'm just thinking like that you got to play the long game, because normally, I mean, obviously if they're going to speed things up, normally you're thinking like you only get one Titan. We're assuming this is Titan size, Titan per usually wave or year or whatever, right? I don't know how it works. Anyways, but like if they're going to do all 4 Dinobots from the movie, like you might be waiting a little while as we go through the different waves to get all those. You've got to play the long game and have some patience for that. So, I mean, I think they've done a stunning job with them. Like, look at that face. Wow. Apparently there's a 5mm port in his mouth that you can add stuff to it. He doesn't come with any blast effects, but you can add stuff to it. So it's crazy that they plan to do all those guys. I'm just scrolling through here. There's that big convoy. There's the, whatever. I can't remember. Night Raven. I can't remember his name right now. I'm sorry, guys. That's how much I'm into Beast Wars. Now, we didn't talk about this. I had planned to talk about this a little later. But let's go back to there. This is the Nemesis Prime Hasbro exclusive with the Star Saber. I released a video on this earlier on Friday. Nobody watched it. Not that I'm upset at all. Anyways, this guy is pretty sweet. I think so. I actually have the Transformers Armada Bendy Nemesis Prime, Nemesis Prime, in my case. Really cool figure. Obviously, they have taken the Legacy Armada Prime and just giving you the cab. So I know when this was rumored, a lot of people were thinking like, oh, they're going to give us the cab and the trailer and we can make the super mode. But he never really did the super mode in the cartoon. And I think they were just trying to stay pretty accurate to the cartoon because they gave him that messed up face. Which I would have rather preferred and have the face shield, or maybe add some tooling that you can just put the face shield over it. I don't really know, but it's not the case. I think they did a great job with this thing. The only thing, if I had to complain about one thing, is the price. I believe at the moment they are going to list them for $75 USD. I mean, that's a lot for that like cab and the Star Saber there. So, $75 USD seems like a lot. But you know what? Anytime they do a Prime and put them in Nemesis colors, people go wild for it. So it will sell out for sure. So if you get a chance to pre-order this guy, make sure you do it right and pre-order him if you can, because I think he's going to sell out pretty quickly. That's just my professional opinion as a professional G.I. Transformer collector. Sorry, guys, it's late. It's Voice TV. Oh, sorry, I apologize, guys. So it looks great. Star Saber looks great. What else is below? I didn't actually scroll down here earlier. Oh, we got some prototypes of the figures. You got, Sure Shot, Quick Strike. Oh, yeah, so it's cool. Very cool that the guys at T-Formers have people that can go to San Diego Comic-Con and take these pictures for them. Smart at T-Formers to put the watermark on their photos. Very smart people. So people, at least like I'm doing here, I'm telling you, I'm on T-Formers website. I'm not trying to take their pictures and present them as my own. I'm on here anyways, and they do such a good job with providing us with Transformer information. So those Titans are really big. They look really cool. So, I mean, I think a lot of people are going to be happy with them. So let's switch gears here for a second, and we're going to talk about G.I. Joe for a few, okay? Because we talked about all the Transformer stuff. Now we got to talk about G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe Classified. And you know what? I didn't do like a video for the channel because I felt it would have got lost. A lot of people were talking about all this stuff that was revealed. I just want to talk about the 3 new guys that they revealed. So now we're jumping over to another one of my favorite websites, histank.com. Great website. And first up, let's talk about, where is it? The Desert Scorpion. Now, a deluxe figure, obviously, super deluxe, man. And I'm going to tell you right now, I did mention, when did I mention that? I mentioned that in one of the other videos, that I am not a huge fan of creepy crawly things, and that Scorpion freaks me out. Like, if I pick up Desert Scorpion, that Scorpion is never coming out of the box. Holy smokes, my friend. I don't even live somewhere where scorpions exist, but the idea of that Scorpion is freaking me out. The Desert Scorpion actual figure, I think an amazing troop builder. They showed him off in all the promotional videos that there was 1 million of them, and they had the Scorpions. Apparently, there's a bit of a lore to this, that Dr. Mindbender has the Scorpions under some kind of mind control, so they work for the Desert Scorpion. Kind of cool. The Desert Scorpion does look cool, the actual figure. I mean, they nailed it. They kind of gave it that classified look to it, where they take the Real American Hero character design and upscale them and make them better, more detailed. I think they've done a great job for him. Sometimes, and we'll talk about this in a second, I won't harp on this right now. I do get annoyed when they throw the animals in, but technically this one doesn't count for that because the Desert Scorpion did actually come with a Scorpion back in the day. So they just did a better job. They classified that Scorpion because they made him really weird, and it's giving me the heebie-jeebies just thinking about him. Okay, let's talk about the G.I. Joe Steel Corp Sentry with Modular Defense Post, aka the Joe Porta Potty. Yeah, not a huge fan of the Porta Potty. Like, they just took the cover one. Sorry guys, I apologize for yawning. It's been a long day. I did a lot of stuff today. So my son had rugby. We were at the rugby field in the sun for about 3 or 4 hours, and then we went to a water park this evening. So I am running on empty here, but I'm cool. I'm good to stream. So the G.I. Joe Steel Corp, the Sentry Post here. Oh, I'm kind of torn about this because we all wanted them to world build, and this is part of them world building, part of that giving them play sets and things to play with. And I think it's a cool idea. I don't really like the execution that much. Like, I mean, it looks like a shed. Like, I guess if you were like rich and you had like a bunch of them and you stacked them together, or you can take them apart and you can make a fence from it. So I think it's cool in theory, but to look at it in the execution doesn't look that great. I do like the vehicles that sorry, not the vehicles, the accessories like the missile pod and the Gatling gun. Now, correct me if I am wrong. I believe the missile pod is just the back of the Stinger and the Gatling gun is just the back of the Vamp. Am I going crazy here? Am I going crazy? Like, isn't that what we're looking at here? That being said, I think it looks great with the porta potty. It's just not that great of an option. I'd be interested to know how many Cobra porta potties they sold, compared to like how well the G.I. Joe one is going to sell. We've previously covered these Night Force guys, Beachhead and Quick Kick in a previous video on the channel. I think Night Force, I really enjoy Night Force. I think they do a good job with it. And you know what? I think these two guys are pretty badass. Badassatron. Where else is new stuff? New stuff. Okay, we already talked about that stuff. Oh, you know what? I think I'm on the wrong link for these guys. I think I need to come over. No, it's not that one. Maybe it is this one. This is the one I was looking for. I apologize. I was looking at last week's stuff. Okay, let's jump into it. Now, first up, we have Steeler and Short Fuse. Now, a lot of people out there have been really looking forward to the finishing their original 13 G.I. Joe figures. This is, of course, adding to that. And you know what? They just kind of got would you consider this the classified upgrade? I don't know. It's kind of like almost like a half step, because I feel like they don't look exactly like their Real American Hero version. But they're not like overly, bear with me, sexy classified either. They're kind of somewhere in between. I think a lot of people are going to pick this up. They want to finish that original 13, and this is a great way to do it. Of course, you got Short Fuse. Apparently, the mortar can fold up, fit in that backpack, and fit on his back. So, that's really cool. I'd like to see, I haven't seen any real-world shots of Steeler with his helmet on. I would like to see that. Comes with some blast effects, guys, and a bunch of weapons and accessories. I think they've done a really good job on this. Of course, I've said in the past, I'm not a huge fan of their 2-packs because it's not like you're really saving money. Usually they're about $75 or $64, $75. And it's basically if you're paying for the 2 figures individually. So, guys, I'm so sorry for yawning. It's been a long day, like I said. Anyways, Steeler and Short Fuse, I think they've done a great job with them. And I think we're only like a few behind now for original 13. What else do we have here? There's a Steeler, but he doesn't have his helmet down. Yeah. And of course, with Steeler being done, I'm sure there's a ton of people out there that are like, oh yeah, they're going to do like the Mobat or whatever is the next HasLab. But, you know, it's not necessarily his thing. Now, let's talk about something a little decisive. That's not a good picture. We'll do this one. The Ghost Viper. I don't know how you guys feel about this. I have a certain particular thing about this guy. Okay? During the stream, I don't know if it was, I watched, see the 3POA guys, they streamed the actual San Diego Comic-Con panel. And then, of course, that was at, like, I think 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And then at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, the G.I. Joe guys went on YouTube and were like, hey, this is what we did, blah, blah, blah. So, along the way, somebody mentioned that this Ghost Viper belongs to Crystal Ball as a trooper, okay? and that's why you got these magic things all over them. And I think they've done a great job with this. I don't think anyone's seen this coming. Like the idea that Crystal Ball would have a troop of figures, a troop of guys, and who would have even thought that? And so Primer, I don't know if you know this yet, but I believe this is a Walmart exclusive. I think it pretty much came out and said this was a Walmart exclusive. I could be wrong, but I believe it's a Walmart exclusive. So take that with a grain of salt. Do with that what you have to do. But the thing is, for me, okay, listen, I got a quick story here, okay? Not much of a story, just some explanation. The idea is that back in the day, in the 80s, when you're collecting G.I. Joe, you're a kid, you're rocking it, you're having fun, you're playing with them or whatever. You got your Cobras, you got your G.I. Joes. When Crystal Ball came out, he was kind of seen as, you know, quote unquote, for lack of better words, a loser character, okay? Like, people like, who wants Crystal Ball? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's not somebody who's going to be flying off the shelves. So, when they announced that they were doing Crystal Ball, I was like, whoop-de-doo, guys, you're doing Crystal Ball. Nobody likes Crystal Ball. Now, to my surprise, when they did do Crystal Ball, they did him, like, they really put some effort, some tooling into him, and they made him badass. And badass to draw. And I think they did a really good job on him. And, like, they totally changed his persona. He looks super cool. He doesn't look geeky and like a loser. So, they've done a really good job with him. And, so I got itchy nose. When they announced this, I was like, wait a second. Whoa. Hold up. Crystal Ball is a loser. But now, classified Crystal Ball is not a loser. He's actually a pretty badass character. So I'm kind of torn on how I feel about this. Now, it's another small little gripe. Another gripe is that I've talked about it before. Like, this guy, let's look what he has. He has a backpack, 4 different guns, a blast effect, a special effect to make his arms look funny. He's got an extra head. He's got 2 animal heads. And the people at Hasbro are like, oh, this is really cool, good idea. By the way, let's throw an animal in there with him as well. I don't think he needed the animal. That's just my opinion. Like, to me, that is just a blatant use of, hey, look, we've got this Timberwolf mold that we spent some money on, and we would like to use him again. So can you guys come up with something to put him in? And I think he looks great, but I don't know where he would fit in my G.I. Joe Classified collection. And I have to be honest, I just think it's a total waste when they throw the wolf in there and try to sell it off. So I think he looks good. I would always have that second head on him with the skull. I think that skull helmet looks way better than the default helmet. So that's what I would do. I think there's pictures here. Just 1 second. Is there pictures here? Maybe not. No, maybe not in this one. I've seen a picture somewhere. Oh, this is it right here. I think this looks foolish. I think this absolutely looks foolish. I think they lost the plot on this guy and they went a little far with him. I don't think they needed to include the silly animal heads with them. Not a fan. So, I mean, I don't even think I would pre-order this guy. So basically at the con they showed off Steeler, Short Fuse, they showed off the Ghost Viper, and you know they finally showed us the porta potty, which was I mean everyone with half a brain knew that's what it was going to be. Now, well, we'll get to the name only. We go to name only down here, and you know what? They have a whole selection of G.I. Joe real American characters to choose from, and they do actually usually do a pretty good job. Of course, first up is Lifeline. You get another paramedic. I think he's depending how he works out, I think he's an easy do, and I think they should I might pre-order him. I think he's gonna be pretty good. Now, Night Viper. This guy, 1,000% must get. I did him in a stream like in Yojo June. I said he was coming. He's coming. They need this absolutely banger of a Cobra Troop builder, and you know what? Some people out there probably prefer the classified look. I would be happy with a Night Viper with just a upscale Real American Hero classified version. Do that just for the Dusty punches the little snake face. Yeah. Anyways, so sorry, I'm just reading Mark what he said. I think the Night Viper is absolutely killing it. I can't wait to get a Night Viper. I think Hit and Run is another absolutely stunning of a character that they need to do, and I'm surprised they haven't done them as of yet. I didn't actually have, it's fine. I never had Hit and Run as a kid. I have them now in my collection, but I never had them as a kid. Yeah. And then they doing Big Lob from the movie, making sure he gets his character, because you know what? He's not as famous as some of the other characters from the movie have become, like Law and Order, Jinx, and Lieutenant Falcon, and Tunnel Rat. Like, they're like G.I. Joe, like well-known names, and Big Lob, he kind of got lost in the way. So it'd be cool to see him done in Classified, and hopefully they can get to some of the, I think, are they all done now? Tunnel Rat, Law and Order. Jinx, yeah, they're all done. Anyways, so, oh, I know, I forgot about Iceberg. I mean, no brainer, right? We all said, hey guys, if you're gonna release the Snowcat with winter theming, you gotta release a couple figures. So we have Iceberg, first extra additional winter-based character. So I think, I just thought about this just now. I think they're going to release Iceberg. He's going to be like, spring 2026 or whatever. Sometime between now and then, they will announce a 2 or 3 pack, another snow-based character as well, I think. Or, as well, we might get that Battle Polar Bear. And you know what? They love to throw a figure on there. Which figure would they put on the Battle Polar Bear if they released it to retail? Which one are they going to do? Or it's not released to retail. I'm sure it'll be a Hasbro Pulse exclusive. Which figure would they put with them? I don't know. Maybe Blizzard? I don't know. Blizzard or Sub-Zero maybe. Yeah, I can't think of anybody right now. So, great job. Great listing of name-only figures. Of course, they released a Cold Slither. If you're paying attention, Cold Slither will go back up on pre-order for August 1st. If you're looking for one, make sure you get to that website early. You get it loaded. Refresh often. Don't wait for the website to come back. Keep on pressing refresh until you have something. You'll get it. It's just a tactic. Now, they teased us with this thing. I haven't been paying attention. I don't know if this has been found out on Twitter. Usually on the weekends, I kind of take a break from Twitter. That being said, anyone in the chat know what this is? If I had to guess, it looks like the shoulder pad to Globulus. That's what I'm guessing, but I'm not up on my Twitter rumors. I'm not up, so if anyone has any ideas, Mark, Primer, do you guys have any ideas what this actually could be? Leave it in the chat if you know or it has been revealed what this is. I think it's part of Globulus. That's my vote. The thing is, we're going to talk about her in a second. They released Pythona. We already have, oh my God, Nemesis Enforcer, and we have Pythona now. We just need Globulus. Obviously, Globulus is probably going to come next year, I would assume. So maybe this is that. I don't know. It looks very bony. It reminds me of an organic thing. I don't know what else it would be besides belong to Globulus, unless it belongs to the Royal Guard. I don't know. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. So that was the bulk of the G.I. Joe classified stuff. My list. Yes. So, actually, I don't even know if I finished my idea. I'm not a big fan of the Ghost Viper. I don't think he needed to come with the pet. I think sometimes I worry that the people in position at the G.I. Joe team overinflate the prices of their guys by adding unnecessary parts to their figures. He didn't need the pet. He had a ton of stuff anyways. The pet just puts him over budget, and I don't like it. That's just my opinion. Guys, oh my God, you're reading all my stuff. I did not mean to read. Guys, don't read any of that. Don't read any of that up there. Sorry, guys. So besides that, oh, one thing. Actually, so we didn't talk about Pythona yet. Where is Pythona? Let's go to his tank. We go down here, and here she is right here from the breakfast. This is what I did a video on. Didn't get any watches or whatever, and I think they did a great job with Pythona. I think a lot of people have wanted her forever, and we were wondering, like, why can't they do Pythona? Do they not like to do female characters anymore? Like, Pythona, like, is, I would say, maybe a little sexier than some of the other characters. She's in a full bodysuit or whatever, you know, where some of the other female characters have more clothes on. I know the G.I. Joe team has told, like, designers and artists in the past that, you know, try not to make your female characters overly busty. You know, keep it, rein it in or whatever. So I don't know if that is why it's taken this long to get Pythona, or maybe it's just always been the plan to get her around here in the stages of how it goes, the waves. I think they've done a great job. I mentioned in my video, I'm not a fan of this. Is there a closer shot? I'm not a fan of this vampire face with the teeth out. I don't really like it. I don't know. I'm just gonna go with the I like the default face. Now, my only problem here is that Pythona is a fall convention exclusive and Hasbro Pulse exclusive. I don't know if I'll be able to get Pythona. Somebody would have to. I'd have to pick it up locally, so I don't know if I'll see it. Sometimes in the past, their fall exclusives end up coming to GameStop Canada. So I'll roll the dice and see if I can get both Python at the last time. Very cool. Our voice actor also did one of my favorite anime characters, although one would have called Python a savage. Which character does she also do the voice fit? Let me know, Mark. Anyways, the other thing about Python is she comes with actually a crap ton of accessories. All those little organic creatures. Oh my God, they're so gross. Oh, there they are. I hate organic things, man. Like, look at like this, the eels and this. What is it? What is even this like guy down the bottom with the jaws and yeah, so many gross. Ugh, gross. She comes with a different hands, and of course she comes with a different head. There she is in all her form. Now, when I was going over exclusives earlier, I even forgot about the Once a Man figure that was out last year. I have him. See, I was able to get him from GameStop Canada, so there's a chance that Pythona will come to GameStop Canada. I'm hoping so. Or it's called EB Games now. Another company bought it. So hopefully it comes. I'll pick her up if she comes locally. I'm not paying through the nose for her to get her as an exclusive around the world. I think they've done a great job with her. I love the box too. It matches the Cobra Law boxes are really cool. That's a really cool artwork of her on the side of the box. That's really nice. Yeah. She's totally rocking it. If you notice, I'm starting to power down, guys. Let's see what else we have here. My notes. Okay. I'm going to talk about 2 or 3 more things, and then I'm going to go. I'm going to aim to finish the stream by 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, because it's late, and I actually have to go to work tomorrow. Okay, so first up, let's talk about something. This is so weird. Masters of the Universe Transformer crossover, okay? Now, I totally think this is weird, but as you know, Masters of the Universe, I don't know who runs that brand. They will cross over with anything. And this is so weird. I didn't see this coming. I don't remember. I mean, I don't even remember hearing any kind of rumors about this. Like, this is so weird. Now, let's set the record straight. As a Transformer collector, I am not interested in this. That being said, as a Masters of the Universe collector, which I'm not, I could see people being interested in this. I think it's very cool. But not for me. But very cool. Like, Bumblebee Armor Man of Arms. That is crazy. Look at him there. And he's got like even a face mask to put on. Oh my gosh, that's insane. That is insane. Megatron Armor Skeletor. It looks like he gutted Skeletor. No, it looks like he gutted a Megatron and stole his chest. But like, wow. Crazy, right? Really well done. Really well done. So they have these two. Was not seeing this coming. Oh, shoot. Let's do this. Just 1 second. I gotta do this. I'll do this. Soil subjects. Wave to mask. Okay, so we take this guy and we go here and we go here. Heading over to Toy Habits. I can't find a good picture of this, and they have a picture up. Basically, a couple things. We go down to mask. We're gonna take a break from G.I. Joe and Transformers for 1 second. You figure that out now because I'm looking at mask stuff on the screen. Wave 2 was kind of announced with a sneak peek, and you got the Hurricane and the Jackhammer. For me, I have both the vintage of these or whatever, but it's really cool to see these continue. I really hope the mask line continues. It is one of my favorite toy lines. It is one of my favorite cartoons from the 80s, and I would like to see this line continue, and hopefully it does, because I think they have done a really good job with it. Yeah. So, where did... So I think they've done a really good job with it. And so another thing, I did not see anything about this, and I only seen it when I got here. 40th anniversary edition bundle, and they've got this gold and black on all the vehicles. I had not seen this. Reveal by subject to the counter of vehicle accompanying figures support black and gold color schemes that modern the classic design. Yeah. That is really different, and yeah, it's kind of cool at the same time. So anything to get more mask stuff out there, I think this looks really cool. The screenshots are obviously from a panel at San Diego Comic-Con. There's Thunderhawk. Well, I never noticed this thing in the front on the regular Thunderhawk from Loyal Subjects. I'm assuming it is there, but I've never noticed it before. And Switchblade, they look great. And then, okay, so that's that. We're going to open a new thing. We're going to go to HasbroPulse.com, and we're going to check on a couple things here. First of all, we're going to go to, I didn't mention the Transformers Hot Wheels pre-orders as part of the San Diego Comic-Con reveal. Not really interested in these. They're kind of cool, but not for me. And we are going to go to the HasLab. Let's check. Drum roll. And what are we at? Did I go past it? Is it at the bottom? And we are... Where's the number? I'm sorry, guys. I'm so tired. Let's just back this project. No, that's not what I wanted to do. No. Where is the number, guys? Guys. Oh my gosh, guys. Seriously? Have they removed the number? Oh, I don't understand. Usually the number is right here. have they removed the number from the website? I don't. Am I missing something, guys? Am I that tired? Am I missing something here? Because like usually the number is right there, and I thought you could scroll down to the bottom and see it. But oh, sorry guys. I'm so sorry, guys. Jeez, I'm so tired. So we're at $73.95, 7,400 out of 8,000. So basically that is about 6,000 away from, 600 away from the goal of 8,000. I think they'll get there for sure. As this goes on, I am more and more and more worried about the extended tiers. I'm not really sure. I think in the end, if enough people show up in the end, I think it's going to work. I'm concerned about it, but do I think it's not going to fund? No, I think it's going to work out in the end, but it's a slow burn for sure. I think that's the safe thing to say. Now, Mr. Mad Gus. Yeah, it was a late start tonight. You didn't. Well, we talked about San Diego Comic-Con. We talked about everything Transformers, everything G.I. Joe that they released. And we just went through it, and we just talked about it briefly, gave some opinions, told some stories. Now we're at the end of the stream almost. We're gonna hope to end it by 2. And we just did a check on the Snowcat. We're at 7,400. I think it will fund. I think everyone's going to come at the end. They're really nervous about it, but when it comes down to it and they're like, well, I either fund it or I don't get it, I think people will get it. That's my opinion. That being said, they also released this and the Star Wars Vintage Collection Gunship as a HasLab. And I know it's not Transformers or G.I. Joe, guys, but it's San Diego Comic-Con related. And I just wanted to give my opinions on this because this Gunship is one of my all-time favorite Star Wars vehicles. Obviously, growing up, I'm an original trilogy guy. I like the X-Wing, the Snowspeeder, the B-Wing, all those things. But I do absolutely enjoy the Gunship from Clone Wars. Absolutely amazing. I have one myself. This one, actually. I have this one in the regular version, like the red and the yellow. I actually only have one ball turret because those ball turrets are like impossible to find. And so when this was revealed the other day, I showed it to my son because we were big Clone Wars into Clone Wars. I have a lot of Clone Wars toys, and we have a big collection of Clone Wars stuff as well. I know it's not G.I. Joe or Transformers, but still it's pretty cool. Anyways, this thing is weird. I'm concerned about this thing more than I am about the Snowcat. I don't know if like there's a HasLab team, they work with the G.I. Joe and Transformer team, and the same people work with the Star Wars team. I don't really know how the HasLab development works, but whoever did this Star Wars one, I don't think they did a good job. That is just my personal opinion, and I will tell you why it's my personal opinion right now. So, so what I did as a test. My son is 16. He's not a toy collector, but he knows enough about it because I'm into it. I showed him the video of the HasLab Gunship. And it's basically just, scenes from Clone Wars, the movie, or Attack of the Clones, and, spliced in with scenes of the toy. It's very lackluster. They show you what you're going to get. I showed him right after. He's like, Dad, can you show me the Snowcat? I showed him the Snowcat. You got Cobra Commander narrating it. It's very funny. It's very action-packed. It's completely night and day. But when you come down to it, I think personally the Snowcat is a way better value. The Snowcat is $324. Absolute huge Snowcat. And 1, 2, 3 G.I. Joe classified figures and a playset for $324. This thing, so I watched the video. I'd only watched the video, and of course in the video they don't tell you the price. I had to come to the website to see the price. I came to the website. How is this thing $449? Like, how is this thing so expensive? I don't understand it. I don't know what they're thinking. Like, things used to be $299 and it was $324. And it went up to $324. This thing is $449. I don't know. Like, oh my God, like it hurts my head. This would be like over $600 if I bring it home to Canada. I don't understand what they're doing with this thing. Plus, you scroll down. So you've got like, you know, the vehicle, you've got the paint apps, you've got the panels to go over it. They made this bigger. They've got all the missiles, you got the stands, you got 2 stands. And then you come to the unlock tiers. And it's like the person who designed this doesn't understand how unlock tiers work. You basically, like, okay, for me, I'm gonna preface it something here. Maybe these characters mean something to somebody, but they don't mean anything to me. Okay? To me, I know about the second guy, the 12,000 guy. Oh, sorry. But the other 2 guys, to me, it's crazy. The idea that you created, I'm going to skip past this, okay, for a second. I'm going to go back up right here. You created a HasLab that's a gunship, that's a troop carrier, and they did not include any troops as one of the unlocks. Is insane. Boom. Why are there not any why is there not like a 4-pack of generic phase 1 clone troopers that I can stick in the back of this thing? Why did you go with 3 stupid Jedi? There's not even like Obi-Wan in like Jedi armor or whatever. Anakin's not there. You went with the 3 different Jedi, and I think it totally wasted. And you're right, Mad Dog, or no, Primer, that this is 3 3/4 size, right? So this is just like G.I. Joe size for the most part or whatever, a real American hero. And this is $450. This is insane. Like, whoever came up with this price tag, there's no way this should have, also, I'm losing my voice, this should have been $324 at an absolute max. Keep in mind, my son was blown his mind too when I showed him this. The Snowcat has electronics in it, like the LED lights in the front panels, all the lights, the backup lights, the fog lights. This thing has no electronics in it, and it's like almost like a third higher price of the other one. It is absolutely crazy, and I don't know how they're going to get away with this. So if we scroll down, to the backers, and you've got 2,100 out of 8,000. Sorry guys. So this started on Saturday, I believe. It started on Saturday. It's got 2,100 backers already. Good job. But I just think the selection for the tiers is absolutely horrible, and the price is absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, it comes with 2. Sorry, Mad Dog. It comes with 2 pilots, right? The 2 pilots go in the front. There's probably a picture here actually. So it comes with 2 pilots, and they're cool. But like, the pilots drive the thing. You needed clones to go in back that you can land. They can get out. Or how come this did not come with an AT or ATRT? You know, the little chicken walker. I don't know. Like, it should have came with a chicken walker that should have been able to fit in the back of it. There's the clones in the driver's seat. They can also get in the battle pod or whatever, the side pod. But like, the people at HasLab, I don't really know what they're doing. They're dropping the ball a little. I would be concerned. I hope this funds. I'm not gonna fund it. It's way too expensive. But I hope it does fund because I think it is really crazy. Anyways, I think they did a really bad job with this one. Okay, so what do we got? Let's just do a quick recap. We talked about all the Generation 1 86 figures, the movie figures, the animated record, the Titan Dinobots. All of them are coming. We talked about the Ghost Viper, how he's part of Crystal Ball's team, and I didn't like the Ghost Viper. It's not for me. I think it's kind of silly. I think it's really expensive for what it's going to be. I think it's a Walmart exclusive. Then we talked about Steeler and Short Fuse. They've got to complete those original 13. The Hasbro Breakfast, we talked about Pythona exclusive and the Nemesis Prime, that they're going to be exclusives in the fall at some of the various conventions, and then they will go up on Hasbro Pulse. We talked about Mask Wave 2. We got the Hurricane and the Jackhammer. And we talked about the Masters of the Universe Transformers crossover. Looks pretty cool, just not for me. I think it's pretty cool. And last but not least, we talked about the HasLab thing. Primer, yeah. You have a good night too. I apologize for me yawning during the stream. It is extremely late. I've had a very busy day. Don't worry. Next week, fingers crossed, we'll get back to the 11:30 time frame. We'll start on time. And we'll get talk about lots of new stuff. And basically, I'm actually going to stop the stream there right now. Thank you so much for viewing the stream. And if you're watching live, thank you so much. If you left a comment, thank you so much. If you're watching after the fact, leave some comments below. Let's get some discussion on the go. And we'll get you know what? Check out the rest of the YouTube channel. I'm doing weekly videos. I've given up on shorts for now. That's another story, but maybe they'll come back. Anyways, YouTube video, check it out weekly. Usually Friday at 8:15 in the morning or Saturday 8:15 in the morning. That's when I release the videos. Yeah. Let's see. Mad Gus, great shows, but you're left to wonder just how many of them will be actually be able to get. I know. Yeah. Anyways, I think I'm going to end it there, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming out if you came out. I really appreciate it. And I am going to end the stream. You have a good week. We'll see you later in the week. Check out the channel, and I'll talk to you later. Okay. Yo, Joe. Goodbye.